Wright Way Wednesday on a Wednesday night. Before I get into my topic on tonight, I just want to talk to you guys about a financial tip that I can give to you. And that financial tip is, did you know that there's only 5 states in America that actually pays workers time and a half after working 8 hours or more? Can you guess what 5 states they are? It's California, Colorado, Oregon, Alaska, and Nevada. And even with some of those states, it kind of varies on how they actually do it. But this is very alarming because I don't really hear our senators, House of Representatives, mayors, governors, presidents to be actually talking about this. I think this is something that's a big factor in how people live their lives. In a lot of states, what you have to do to actually get paid overtime pay is you have to first work 40 hours that week. And then if you did maybe a 12-hour shift somewhere, then they'll actually pay you the overtime. But that means they can maybe work you 14 hours a day or even 16 hours a day, and you still get the regular pay that you would have originally got if you were doing an 8-hour shift. And then at the end of that, they can shorten your hours so that they don't have to pay you time and a half, so that you can make 40 hours possibly, but as long as you don't go over that 40, they don't have to pay you time and a half. So that was just something very interesting that I wanted to bring to your attention. But I'm going to read to you guys Matthew's chapter 5, verse 14 to 16, and it reads, "You are the light of the world. A city is set on a hill cannot be hidden, nor do they light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lampstand, and it gives light to all who are in the house. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven." I just want to talk about on tonight letting your light shine. And one of the things that I noticed where a lot of people aren't able to actually shine their lights is because of the darkness that's actually in them. Each and every one of us has some type of hidden sin or some type of sinful ways. Even if it's not an actual sin, there's some darkness that's actually in us. And so it's very important that we examine that darkness that's in us that may be causing us to be afraid to actually shine our light to other people. A good example of that would be Diddy. I think if you didn't hear anything about him beating on women and having these freak offs, you'll probably think he's a pretty good guy. But by hearing these things, it actually turns you off to him and what he actually does. And so for some of us, we have things about us that we aren't actually proud of and we're ashamed of. And sometimes that gets in the way of us actually shining our actual light. Another thing that speaks to me from the scripture is, what is it that you can actually give to the world that will actually be different, that will actually lead people in a different direction? So it's very important that you find what you can actually do to actually shine your light upon the world, because there's a light in you and God has given you a light, so you need to actually shine it. Lastly, I would say the only book some people will read is actually you. That's something my pastor always spoke to me, and that's just plain. Sometimes people aren't going to actually go to church. Some people aren't going to want to read the Bible, but they will actually read you and the actions that you take and the actions that you actually do. So what are you actually doing in your life where people can say, hey, you know what, I can actually follow that? Or for a better example, if people actually read a book on you, would it actually lead them to Christ? Meaning that it will lead them in the right direction. This is a Right Way Wednesday. Good night.